Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today's video is going to be my January favourites, so let's jump straight in. There's not a lot here and it's all coming from one place because basically I've done one project with a couple of side things for the entire month. That's all I've done. It's very, very sad. But there's a very good reason for that. So I'm going to try and get through these quickly because they all kind of do pertain to the same thing. And you're going to see that in a couple of weeks. So I don't need to spend too much time now because I'll spend time then. So I'll start with the stuff that you will see in a couple of weeks. And that's all stuff that I've been using for my December album. It actually is going to end up being 2 because it's very, very large. So it has ended up at 2 and that's because I did want to put a bunch of other stuff in. If I do it again this year, which I think I will, depending on, you know, how things run, I might do it in a different size folder or I might attempt to do less. I will work that out when we get there. But this was something that got added in once we got home. If you remember my December favourites, I showed off the couple of die cuts with a view paper packs that I bought from Spotlight to do all the bases and all the bits and pieces. I went to Spotlight after we got home. I had my $10 birthday voucher to spend, and I really loved these 2 paper pads. They're the same one. One's the 6x8 and one's the 12x12. Pad from Vicki Boutin. I think it's Vicki Boutin, I think it's how I say it. I loved the plaid, I love the stars, but what I really loved about this, and I'm hoping that I've still got some left, I loved the pages like this. So this is obviously for an advent calendar. An advent calendar is still something I'm working on for next year. But it had these kind of really big ones, which I've used a couple of times. It had little prompts. It had a whole bunch of tags. And I just loved what it did, not just for the actual paper, but for the extra kind of interactive, active prompt things that you got. And the one I loved the absolute most of all of them, which you will again see in my album, I promise, is this one here, which only came in the 6x8. And it's this little kind of calendar thing, and I just looked at it and I went, yes, that's perfect. So I love the patterns in here, I love the poinsettias, I love the colours, I love the plaid, I love the stripes, but it was the extra bits, the tags, the calendars, the journaling prompt cards that I loved so much. So I really love having these. I'll definitely be using them again next year because I still have to use all of this paper, but I loved having those, and that was a really good way to help me get through my December album kind of sheets. Something else I loved, and this is an old love, like these aren't new, these are all very old, most of them. I forgot how much I loved embossing powders and of different colours. I've kind of convinced myself that I really only need white and clear, and it was only in doing my December album and playing with numbers and die cuts and those sort of things that I went, no, I really like having lots of different colours, and I like stacking embossing powder, like, oh. So these are a couple of the ones that I have that I love. I love my clear hologram sparkle from Wow. This is the gilded sparkle from Brutus Monroe. I have 3 or 4 of the distressed glazes. I love these because they give embossed look, but they also give the glaze that my Glossy Accents does, which I'll talk about in a sec. And I didn't do it on purpose, but I bought Candied Apple, which is obviously a beautiful red, before they released Lumberjack Plaid. Oh, goodness words. Before they released Lumberjack Plaid, and then I bought Lumberjack Plaid because I'm like, I need that colour. And they're a little too obviously the same colour when you get them in person, but I still love having both. Prize Ribbon is one of my favourites. I need to get Uncharted Mariner. This is a green one. I've got a silver one and a black one. I think just keep in mind what your embossing powders can do. They don't just do sentiments. They can do so much more stuff, and I'm really hoping to use these a bit more in 2023. I don't want to buy too many more. I feel like I could go crazy with all the distress glazes, but I won't. But yeah, they are more useful than I give them credit for, so I want to use them a bit more. Other things that are more useful than I give them credit for. Glossy Accents, because it does the same thing. Adds some gloss to whatever you're doing. Obviously really great for adding dimension to die cuts and things like that. but I found it really good for adding dimension to my numbers, which is, again, you'll see in the album. And the same thing with my stickles. I used a couple along the way. Glisten and Unicorn are the two that I like the most. This is Glisten. But I've also got them in red and green and a couple of other colours, gold and silver. Just the stuff that you're always going to use, because a little bit of glitter goes a long way. I love a little bit of glitter. Again, this comes from the album. I don't know what you call this. I think you call it a distress tool. And I bought it at Picture to Page because I really wanted to distress some more of my pages, but I don't like using my scissors because I feel like A, I'm going to, you know, cut the heck out of my hands, and B, I'm going to accidentally rip my page. I really like this. It's a really cool little tool. This one's from Couture Creations. I like the way I can hold on to it. I can kind of get in really close. I'm trying to find a piece of scrap paper. This is another one you'll see in a sec. Where's a something? There we go. So it just makes a mess of the edge, and I just love it. It gives a really cool finish. It's something that's fun to do. It just changes the way you look at something, and I really like it. So that's the distressing tool. And then this was the other one that I grabbed. This one probably wasn't more for the album, but was just more in general. I didn't have a corner rounder. I do in my big We Are Memory Keepers punch boards and scoreboards and stuff, but I wanted one that was just easy to keep on my desk. This one just came off Amazon. It has a 10mm, a 4mm, and a 7mm radius. I think that's the right word for it. And I just like having it. I reach for it more than I think I thought I would. And because I thought I'd maybe use it like once or twice a week, I reach for it basically every time I'm crafting, because I just like putting rounded edges on things. One more for tools, and then we're going to go into a couple other bits. So, tweezers. You guys know I love tweezers. I don't have to tell you. You see me use tweezers all the time. But I see people a lot of the time either using one or the other. I don't ever see people, I very rarely see people using both reverse grip tweezers, which are these ones, and standard grip tweezers. I think both are important for different things. These are great for embossing, for gluing, for holding on to something that you don't want to hold on to. Ribbons, like when you're tying knots in things, absolutely fantastic, but I can't use them while I'm planning. It actually hurts my brain trying to work out I don't have to hold you when I think I should be using you. So I don't tend to use them that way. But that's why I love these. These are my Luscious Labels ones. I've got straight ones and curved ones because you can't not have both. And I just love tweezers. I think they do so much in your craft room that you just don't expect them to. Not just sticking down stickers, which they're obviously great for, but putting things right in the right spot, holding down gemstones, picking up little stickers and things, just so very much. I love, love, love these. While we're talking about stickers and things, this is going to reach into the next thing I'm going to show you, and this is really bad so you can't see it very well. I'll just bring this in just so you can see what these are. These are the puffy stickers from Uniquely Creative. I got these ones in the advent calendar. I know they come in black as well. These are the white ones. These are great for titles. If you're someone that does do journaling, albums, you want a good header for a planner page, you want a good header for a dashboard or something, these are really cool. They've got a little bit of dimension. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to. I think these would actually take colour really beautifully. You could put sprays on them. You could colour them with Copics. I will try those and let you know, but actually, hold on. Let's just try one right here. I'm just going to do one of these. I'm just colouring that in. And I'll just try in a second to rub it off and see what happens. So I've just coloured that in. You can see it's just a pale blue. And I'll just give it a sec. Yeah, takes the colour really well. So that's with an alcohol marker. Obviously, I've got lots of other things that I could test that for. But I really like these. I think they're clever. I think there's something different that I don't use all the time. But again, something I wouldn't have bought if it didn't come in the advent calendar. And I just love that they did come in the advent calendar. This was something else that didn't come in the advent calendar, but that came with my... Did it come in the December to remember? It came in a kit somewhere that I got from Uniquely Creative, and these are their laser cut numbers. You will see these forever in my December album when I show you that one. I use them over and over and over again because they are so good. They give you great dimension. but they also take colour really beautifully. They take Copics, they take inks, but then they also take stickles and embossing powders and glossy accents. They do some amazing things, these numbers, and their laser cuts are all like that. I love Uniquely Creative's laser cuts. They're very, very cool. But the numbers are probably on the top of my list right now, and we'll definitely be getting some more of those when I order the next time from Uniquely Creative. While I'm talking about numbers and things like letter numbers and letters, these are my two new favourite alpha sets, and that's not saying that I don't love my Lawn Fawn ones. I still do, but these are new. These are new. Actually, I'll show you a couple of different ones here. So these ones, these are just my bag of things. I need to, I actually need to put these into some kind of storage. Oh bugger, I thought I had another one. So these little ones here are these ones called the double cut ones. These are from Concord and Ninth. And what they do is they cut out both. So they cut out the outline, which is what this is, but they also cut out the inside. So they work for both. So this is one of the insides of an R. I actually can see an outside of an R in here as well. Hold on, I'll just grab it. If I can pick it up quickly. So the outside, like the outline, looks fabulous on its own. The inside looks fabulous on its own. They look great together and they look great. They're just such a clever set. I really love the double cuts from Concord and Ninth. The other ones that I used along the way, I used the Uniquely Creative tall uppercase alphas. I think that's what they're called. I used these ones a couple of times. These are the tall type alpha and numbers. These are also from Concord and Ninth. And then I used my Henrys, my Finleys. Oh, so many. One of those times that I'm so glad though that I got numbers. I don't know why I ever thought I wouldn't need numbers, but numbers to me are now a necessity, and I'll probably be going back and getting any of the Lawn Fawn ones that I don't have. I'm going to go and get. Not too many more. This one seems like a boring one, but I know I've shown you not too long ago these are the Hero Arts little zipper mesh bags that you get with the My Monthly Hero kits. Absolutely love these, but they're a little bit small sometimes. I wish they were just a bit bigger. And when I was at Officeworks the other week, I saw these and I was like, okay, well now you're just copying. But they are really good. I think this cost me like $1.50. They are black zippered. They don't have a little taggy on the top, but you know, I can make one if I really want one. They are little mesh baggies, but they're A4. They fit A4. They fit 12 by 12 this way. So good for keeping all my paper scraps in, especially all the Christmas ones that I've been doing. I will be getting more of these because I find them really helpful for storage and really helpful for crafting on the go. If I want to pick something up and just take a project, I can just pick this up and walk away. If I could just keep projects to one thing, because most of the time my projects have 3, 4 or 5. Stamps and dies I'm going to finish off with. So these ones are another one that I've been loving for my album, but I can see so many ways that I will use these otherwise. These are the Tim Holtz and Sizzix. I think this one's called Collector and this one's called Specimen. I think they're from the Chapter 3 release, I want to say. I will link them down below either way. This one makes an envelope. You've got little tags, you've got little tickets, you've got little movable little tags. It's the stuff that Tim Holtz, I look at it and I go, I don't know how I would use you. And I've worked it out. I found ways to use them. All come with little numbers. These ones were a bit small for my album, but they were there. Same, like more numbers in a different font. And then this one's got a little like slide carrier, which I think would be so pretty to do so many different things with. I have so many ideas for that. And this is like a little file folder. I don't know why I needed it so badly, but I needed it. I saw it and I was like, yeah, need to have that. So I am very much looking forward to playing with these. If you have ideas or ways that I could use these, let me know. I will show you a very quick, actually, I'll do it now really quickly. So I'll just show you just one here. So this was one of the days we went. This is what I used the little envelope for. So it's a little vellum pocket. And I had too many photos. That's basically what the problem was here. I didn't have enough room for all the photos I wanted to use. So I've just made them into these little taggy things. They've got little tabs on the top so that they sit in here. And they just sit in the little pocket. I just think that's a really cool way to keep things. You can obviously do that with lots of different things in your planner, in your albums, in your whatevers. I just thought it was a really cool kind of extra thing to do. Two more. This is my favourite new stamp, not going to lie. Waited long enough for it, so therefore I'm going to love it. I don't have any cards to show you using it because I've actually sent them all. Oh, actually, I may have one hiding in my background box. I may have one hiding in my background. I do! This was even a boo-boo one, which, you know, that makes it even more fun. So this is what it does. This is the plaid turnabout from Concord and 9th. I will never, ever, ever stop loving the turnabouts. I did buy another one over Christmas. This is using, what have we got here? We've got mustard seed is the yellow. Mustard seed is the yellow. Salvage patina, peacock feathers. And I made a mistake with this was supposed to be grey, but I put down the mustard seed on top of the grey. So it ended up being like this really weird kind of dark mustard colour, but I thought I'd keep it. But that's what this does. I am going to go absolutely crazy now I'm finished with my album. I'm going straight back to card making. I have a lot to do, and this one is one that I couldn't wait to use. I've already made 2 birthday cards with it. One was pink. One was pink, and it was very pretty. I'll put in pictures at the end here. And one was using greens and dark reds, which was something I got out of my colour cube. I never would have picked that colour combo on my own. Absolutely love it. So good. That's going to go down already as the stamp of the year. Last but not least, this is something that I've been playing with. So therefore they're going to be my favourites because I've probably been playing with these more than anything else that I've brought into this. These are my Uniquely Creative Woodless watercolour pencils. This is set 1 and set 2. Set 1 we got in the advent calendar, which I'll link that unboxing down below. Set 2 came, I bought it on its own. I love that these can be drawn on paper and then watered down. You can draw them onto paper and then take them to your paper. So you can sort of, I guess, what's what I'm looking for? Build your colour up by bringing it slowly. But you can also just use a wet thing on, like a wet paintbrush, pick up the colour straight off here, and it's got such good pigment. They are so much fun. I really, really love these. I just want to show you just really quickly what they do. This is the colouring book. This was just what I was playing with while I was away. I'm not very good at watercolouring, I'm not going to lie, but this was me playing with them, and that's what some of the effects you can get. This is going straight to paper and then colouring in, like not watering it out, blending it out, and that was sort of what I was getting. I think that's the only one that I've got in here. Yeah, but just fun to do. I just had so much fun playing with the colours. And I've had fun playing with them with my mixed media as well. So very cool new toy to play with throughout 2023. Alright, so that's everything that I have been loving this month. I know a lot of it pertains to my album and I haven't shown you that yet. So I do feel kind of like I've cheated you a little. But I promise you, I just don't want to spoil that video. I really want to be able to show you that in full and talk you through it and what I've learned and what I will do differently and all those sort of things. So I will do that. You'll get that video in the next week or so. I've also got a lot more videos all planned out for you for the next couple of weeks. But if there is something you'd like to see, if there's you want me to play with the watercolour pencils, you want me to do embossing techniques, those sort of things, let me know. You can leave it down below or you can find me on any of my socials. If you enjoyed this one, give it that big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!